What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it seems like we're getting ready to get an announcement. According to sources, we should be getting an announcement for Gervonta Tank Davis in the coming days, sometime next week. As it appears now, Gervonta Tank Davis, he posted a video of him walking into a 7-Eleven, and he doesn't have on an ankle monitor. Also, a member of his team also posted immediately and stated that we are now preparing for training camp, right? It's time to lock back in and get ready for training camp. So it seems like we're getting ready to get an announcement from Gervonta Tank Davis. If you don't know, the ankle monitor I'm talking about is because he was on house arrest, and they had an ankle monitor on him restricting his whereabouts, or monitoring his whereabouts. And Gervonta Tank Davis felt like he was in a fishbowl, right? He was complaining about it. He didn't like it at all. He's restricted. And so it looks like Gervonta Tank Davis is preparing for a training camp now. Against who is the big question that everybody's going to want to know, because he was just in conversations with undefeated welterweight British superstar title contender Conor Benn and Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn to showcase a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis and Conor Benn, which was extremely odd because Conor Benn's last two fights was 150 plus pounds, and a fight he was previously scheduled to take place in against his father's son, his father's biggest rival son, Chris Eubanks Jr. That fight was going to be at 158, pretty much 160, right? So he was getting ready to fight at middleweight, pretty much. And so Conor Benn tested positive for a banned substance that saw him have to be pulled from that fight and suspended from the UK. And he has a hearing coming up next week. Oddly enough, is this a coincidence that he has a hearing coming up next week to petition to be reinstated and issued his license back to be able to box in the UK? And Gervonta Tank Davis is having his ankle monitor taken off. And it seems like his restrictions are going to be lifted. So is this a coincidence? Possibly not. We heard rumblings that Gervonta Tank Davis' next fight was going to be in the UK. So it's extremely possible. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is one of the faces of the sport of boxing, if not the face. He has a record of 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout. He is 29 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Gervonta Tank Davis is now at a place in his career where he's required to face the absolute best there is to offer. Fans have grown tired of seeing Gervonta Tank Davis face off against what's seen to be average or below average for his standards of opponents. Fighters that seem to be tailor-made for his style. There was rumblings that Gervonta Tank Davis could face off against undefeated lightweight star title contender Frank the Ghost Martin, who is 18 wins, no losses, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 29 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. Now, Frank Martin presents a completely different challenge from what we're accustomed seeing Gervonta Tank Davis style of fighters' opponents be. He's slick. He's a southpaw. He's fast. He's athletic, fast hands, fast feet. He's mobile. He has a high ring IQ. He can box. He has respectable power in both hands. And he's a dog, right? He's the complete opposite of what we've seen from Gervonta Tank Davis. I want to say last few opponents, but pretty much his entire career. Especially at the highest level. Isaac Cruz, Mario Barrios, Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, Leo Santa Cruz, Rolando Rolly Romero. They all cut pretty much in the same mold. Isaac Cruz slightly different. His aggressiveness, he's tucked away like a turtle in a shell. He's shorter at 5'3" with a 63-inch army. So he got a 4-inch army's disadvantage to Tank. He's 2 inches shorter than Tank. So his style was slightly different, but he's still a thudder coming forward and predictable. Now has an extremely high work rate. Leo Santa Cruz had an extremely high work rate that saw him get knocked out. Mario Barrios attempted to box, but he allowed Tank to close the gap. Hector Garcia, well, we saw what he did. And Ryan Garcia. Their styles are eerie similar, even including Rolando Rolly Romero. Aggressive, flat-footed, coming forward, throwing punches in bunches. Wild punches, uncoordinated punches that leave themselves wide open for Tank to counter and knock them out, as he did. So, with that said, Frank Martin would present a completely different challenge than any of those fighters. Than any single one of those fighters, Frank Martin presents a completely different challenge. His movement, his athletic ability, his boxing ability, his hand speed, completely different challenge. He's not going to make the mistake of just coming in uncoordinated, coming in swinging wild and missing punches and misjudging his distance. He's not going to do that. He's tight. He's explosive. He's very smart. Completely different challenge. And when it comes to Conor Benn, well, the biggest fight for Tank Davis that everybody wants to see is him and Devin Haney, but everybody complains that Devin Haney's too big. Well, Conor Benn is even bigger than Devin Haney. He's aggressive. He comes forward. He's more precise with his punches, more coordinated with his style, and has power. That is a huge challenge for Gervonta Tank Davis. I have zero problem with Gervonta Tank Davis fighting Conor Benn. Zero. And I have zero problem with him fighting Frank Martin either. Either which one of those fighters for Gervonta Tank Davis next is an A+ in my book. It's an A+ in my book. Now, do I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis fight Devin Haney? Yep. Teofimo Lopez? Yes, sir. And Shakur Stevenson? Absolutely. But to see Gervonta Tank Davis face off against Conor Benn, that's nothing to sneeze at. To see Gervonta Tank Davis face the likes of a Frank Martin, that's nothing to sneeze at. Those are both challenges. I don't take anything away from Gervonta Tank Davis making a fight with either one of those guys, because he's presented with a challenge. Those are no foregone conclusions, easy check marks. You can't see him, you can't guarantee, well, I favor him to win those fights. But you can see how he's going to beat Mario Barrios. You can see how he's going to beat Ryan Garcia. You can see how he's going to beat Leo Santa Cruz, because they just don't have nothing, no slight to them, no disrespect to them, but they are predictable for his style. He's very athletic. He has fast hands, fast feet, extremely high ring IQ, can box, durable, and has explosive power. And he's a southpaw. So you make mistakes against Gervonta Tank Davis, he is going to make you pay. And when you make the mistake as big as those fighters make, they make mistakes the size of the Grand Canyon. You can see them from a mile away. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see the mistakes that they make. You can see them from a mile away, right? So when you make those types of mistakes that those types of fighters make, you understand it's only a matter of time before Gervonta Tank Davis clips him and puts him out. And that's exactly what he does, because he's very patient. So patient, so much so that he has the lowest output and activity out of all of these fighters. But when you put him in there with a Frank Martin or a Conor Benn, his patience won't be a virtue, because it will work in his favor, but it's not a guarantee that they are ever going to make the mistake to give him the opening to knock them out. So he's going to have to box. He's going to have to be aggressive at times. He's going to have to be the aggressor. He's going to have to be first, instead of allowing all of his opponents in the past making them make mistakes by allowing them to be first. And he counters them. It's going to be hard to do that with Frank Martin and with Conor Ben. Although they're going to be aggressive, they are very, very strategic with their aggressiveness. Control, chaos is what they present. That's what makes it so interesting. So let's see. They said he's coming back in June, but he said he's coming back in camp right now. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all, I'm gone. Peace.